Ugh, how's that? Welcome everybody. Sorry for the slow start, kind of bumpy action. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can get that to play for y'all. Huh? Oh, it's on cooldown. Okay, hold on one sec. Good to see you, good to see you. It's been kind of a weird morning, so but we're here. Did it play? Could you hear Captain Falcon? Yeah, everything's fine. I'm just some complications. Nothing yet. Weird. Oh, wait. Hold on a second. Let me do this real quick. browser, add existing Twitch alerts. That's right. When I had to reconstruct my whole setup and shit, I guess one of the things that got left out was the alerts. So let's try that. I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do another, yes!
Yes!
Can you hear it? Hold on. Oh, you heard it? Okay, I'm gonna turn on monitoring for it. Hell yeah, because I couldn't hear it, and that's a shame. Alright, Twitch alerts. Perfect. Yeah, um, basically you know better than anyone, Kenj, the kerfuffleries of your computer that you're using straight up shitting the bed and dying. Well, that's exactly what happened. Um, it was on its last legs already, and then it just kind of like went the rest of the way out of commission. But luckily, we had a spare laptop. I just had to really quickly like slap everything together. Okay, monitor and output. That should work. Great. And let's do a yeah, technology goes so fast these days, man.
Show me your moves!
Hey, I heard it. Okay, perfect. With that, so there is sort of a built-in space in my streams for I'm just gonna delete this. There's a built-in space in my streams for an animation warm-up, and I still have all of these animations from last month's challenge that I put up to catch up on. So I think it would be a nice lemon to lemonade situation to uh, to wrap those up. You know what I mean? So let's give it a shot. Just one a day, just 1 hour animation, and then I got a little something planned for today. Nothing, nothing crazy, but something nice and enjoyable. Let me get the music going real quick. It should be, yeah, it's right there. I might as well, right? So one thing I'm also not 100% sure on in terms of my renewed setup is whether or not I properly set up Spotify to not record on the VOD. So let's give it a shot, and hopefully I don't get DMCA'd into the ground. Oh, that's loud as fuck. How's that for y'all? Turn down a little bit more. Can't hear it yet. Really? That's weird. Yeah, Kenj, can you hear it? Should be beautiful piano and a man singing in Korean. Hold on. Really weird. Nothing? Oh, you can hear me, but not the music. Okay. All right. And Captain Falcon. I sound just fine. Well, that's something. I think the levels are okay. Um, oh, that is music. No, no. So what would be tracks. I like the fact that y'all can hear me, even when I'm speaking kind of lowly. It's very, very odd to see all the levels corresponding properly and then just it's just not making it through to y'all. That's pretty fucking annoying, I'm not gonna lie. Hold on a sec. Hmm. Cool. I mean, this is what the VOD's like anyway, so maybe I'll just maybe it'll just be a no music stream for myself as well. Fuck it. Fuck it. We're just chilling. Whoop, in stark silence. Oh man. iPad's like, you wanted to put three fingers on that. God damn it. Hold on a second. Fucking got a couple little spots on my screen. Alright, let's try. Don't look at my texts. What's up, Ayeni Mawartai? Yeah, honestly, I'm just gonna go for it. Okay, so let's do grow. Had a couple of ideas for this. So let's make it happen. I'm gonna put an hour time limit on this as much as I can. Alright, fucking iPad screen. There we go. Alright. Now we know what the VOD watchers know. Exactly, for once. Doesn't look like there's any lag, which is great. Let me know if the internet starts shitting, and I won't be able to do much about it, but at least I'll be aware, you know what I mean? So I did this one before in a 30-minute animation. I think it'd be fun to do it in color, so I'm gonna try it. Let's get the layers going. So I had the idea. I thought it was funny. Let's just give it a shot. If y'all are working and lurking, what you working on? The answer nothing is perfectly fine as well. Working on, working on, working on, work. Hell yeah. The ultimate work and lurk. Gotta fill out a document. Well, I'm happy to fill up your space, your ambiance, while you fill out that document. This was not the original idea I had for grow, which is the prompt for today, but it is one that I had this morning, and I was like, that sounds like fun. I'm gonna do that. And it is, I guess it's less animation as it is like illustration, like several illustrations, but what is animation if not several illustrations? We make it work. Got a notice from Nitro that it increased by like $75. What the fuck? It's already just like cosmetics. Nitro went way up in price. That's fucking crazy. My Nitro, that I barely even know I had, finally ran out, so no more spamming black modes in every Discord forever and always, which kind of breaks my heart, dude. The fucking first one's free situation where I had my like trial, I was like, oh fuck, that was awesome. I didn't expect to miss it so much when it was gone, but I absolutely did. I was like, my fucking heart is in pieces now, dude. I can't. I cannot cope with this. Ah, let's say Levy. Gray is good. That's a good gray. My Dorito-esque figure. It's funny how one of the most prominent features that I have in the waking world, or whatever you want to call it, is I got really, really long legs. I'm like 6'1", and like four of those feet is in my legs. Um, so it's kind of funny that most of the time when I'm drawing myself, there are no legs to be seen. It's ambiguous as to whether or not I even have them in my little black over here. It's kind of funny. It's frustrating that I don't have my Discord emotes at work. I don't think it's just you. I think they're just starting to gouge more and more, you know? Most things are, which is it's crazy because it's like it's not really worth it. You know what I mean? It's rather it is purely cosmetic. So it's kind of like I feel like they're already hunting for whales. You know what I mean? Which is the terminology for as you may or may not know, it's the terminology for like basically when you have like you're not banking on everybody buying something, you're banking on like one or two really wealthy people or obsessive people. You know what I mean? Like proportionately the amount of people that are like actually spending money on the product versus the actual like client base fairly low, but it doesn't matter because it's so fucking expensive and some people will pay for it. So that's looking for a whale. That's what you call a whale is someone who the person you're like who would ever spend like $300 a month or more on like this fucking online free to play game that seems outrageous. There's one person and that's the whale. Business with Black. But yeah, it's something I heard. I thought that was quite interesting. Yeah, you want to use chickens for everything. Who could blame you? Life struggles literally closed out the bank account. Anything was attached to it is gone. Oh well, Jesus Christ. I'm so sorry, dude. Got the model proportions. Give you nothing for nothing nowadays. Yeah, yeah. Sounds like the Switch 2, which I'm definitely buying. Yeah, yeah, exactly. When it's like, this is unreasonable and probably not going to work unless. But yeah, it's hard to do this lineless, I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of a nice experiment. Already about 7 minutes in and I'm still kind of floundering. We ball. Maybe I will just put that behind everything. I'll just merge it onto the same layer and we'll just split the difference there. Merge down. Yeah, that'll probably be easier to replicate. Yeah, I think that's the way to go. Even with my Vietnamese coffee on board, I got a lot less pep in my step when there's no music playing. But couldn't figure out how to get it to work for y'all, and I don't want to have while y'all are have-nots or react to something that you're not hearing. It would be a perk for attending the stream as opposed to watching the VOD, but you know, now we're all assholes anyway. That's fine. There's an old fable about a king that gives out gold to the populace each year based on his weight. People get to choose his diet. And Mo says, I guess that's like most luxury brands, so they only need a few sales to recoup losses. Yeah, exactly. So if he's fat, they get bigger payouts, but he could die sooner, or keep him thin for more payouts over time. So it sounds like our society chose to fatten up the king. Well, good for him. Good for him. Alright, that'll work just fine. Alright, I think if I do like three of these, or I could just start over. Maybe I'll just start over. Yeah, that sounds good. Get this shit out of here. Restart. And I'll do just lines, because I think that's probably what I have. It's a little lower detail, a little better for me overall. Let's do all black and white. Good for him. Alright, let's start again. Start again. That's such nice, that's nice, sweetie energy. Had two things in mind after this, depending on how long these take. How long the second item takes, I should say. Little 45-degree angle off the dome. A lot of people say they thought this was my little cowlick was a crown. Fucking goddamn. Keep forgetting to do not disturb mode. My fucking texts are connected to my iPad. So just shit just showing up on my screen. I don't think anything is liable to dox me yet, but I don't want to take any chances, so do not disturb mode is on. Little manic energy. So if you see me awake, it is likely only by virtue of coffee that I am with you. Sometimes I have arms. It is rare, but it is there. And the way that I draw them is it varies greatly depending on the bit. Perfect. Hello, Black. I love seeing you draw this guy. Thank you. I worry about my coffee and caffeine intake. I love soda way too much. Soda, I used to drink that shit like water as a kid. In fact, I rarely would drink water. It was just like, why would I drink water when I have Sprite? They're both clear, idiot. When I started drinking sugarless soda and convinced myself that, oh, now that there's no sugar, I can drink as many as I want. But losing sugar just means there are new poisons to contend with. That's always how it goes, isn't it? Little black, ooh, little black. Okay, so we're just gonna do it straight ahead. Let's do it at 12. Okay, cool. I just need to get myself to drink tea more often. Lots of caffeine-free options there. That's very true. That's very true. I mean, that's why I drink coffee is because of the caffeine. I mean, I love the taste of it too. Like, I could theoretically drink decaf and be like okay with it, you know? But I definitely, if I had my way, I would just drink straight up coffee all the time. Recently, as a 30-something-year-old, between my joints and my gut, it's like, man, I feel so fucking old. And when I drink coffee, most of the time, it fucks with my stomach if I'm not careful. Which is a shame because I do enjoy fairly spicy foods and I enjoy very acidic caffeinated beverages such as coffee. But yeah, everything in moderation, I guess. Just got to be careful. I got like an acid controller. Quite helpful. I feel like when you get to 40 and up, all you talk about is like the surgeries that you've been through with other 40-year-olds. And I'm not looking forward to that. But everything else about like, I really love 30 so far. It's fantastic. I was ruined by overconsumption of sugar as a kid, so my sugar tooth is way too big. Non-sweet stuff never counts as tasty for me, dude. I feel you so hard. Like the way that I drink coffee is a great example because it's all or nothing, right? It's like it's either sweet as absolute shit or it's like not sweetened. But the reason that it's not sweetened is because I usually I outsource the sugar to a tasty treat to have with my coffee, you know, like a pastry or like a something like that. You know what I mean? So there's sugar involved no matter how you slice it. But it's I just love. I'm a little hummingbird. You're like me. You're a hummingbird. You love sweets, huh? I fucking love sweets, dude. So fucking good. uh, oh yeah, stomach doesn't work right. High five. Psh, yeah, sweating Blick. Little Blick sweating. I honestly, I do like music in an art stream. I like when there's no talking, you have like a little something like that to bounce off of. But oh, thank you for the sub. What's up, the Paladin? It is great to see you. Oh, you made some sweet, dense cornbread? That's amazing. 30s were great for me too, says Kenj. I think my 40s are going to be awesome. Yeah, dude, it just seems amazing. My mom tried to tell me I was allergic to sugar as a kid. That's a bold strategy. It's a bold strategy, but like anything, you know, it's like if you repress something for whatever reason, once the kid finds it, they'll be like, holy shit. It is so good to see you, the Paladin. Well, make yourself comfortable. Um, it's kind of a just a low-key tire fire today in terms of like just been a complicated morning. I made the most of it, but it's been kind of a complicated morning. And in my new setup, I could not get my music to play for stream, so I just had it quiet. So very low key, very zen today. As we've been saying, I don't really mind it that much. It's kind of nice, kind of relaxing, you know. So anyway, I started blasting rails of powdered sugar. I was so paranoid about turning 40 until I turned 40. Turns out it's remarkably like turning any other age. Isn't it weird how that works out? All of these like arbitrary rules and expectations that people ascribe to a number when really it's just like at the end of the day, after a certain point of your 20s, the contrast lessens and lessens from year to year, and it's just like, oh, all right, well, I'm here. Honestly, I don't miss my 20s. I actually might have liked them even less than my high school years, which were just, you know, sensitive kid, tenuous sense of self, um, ripe for bullying. It was just not not a great high school kind of blew for me, right? But like there were some good things. That's when I started taking guitar classes, when I got into theater, et cetera, et cetera. That's where I met Maximoff, who is resting right now. Been together since freshman year of high school, so Jesus, 20 years more since we were like 14. And now as I said, I'm like 30 something, so yeah, like 16, 17 years, something like that. A long time. Really, really weird, you know. You're so many people as you're growing up. We're very, very lucky to have been compatible people at every stage, but there's been moments of like, you know, moments of friction, moments of elation. It's just been like, we've experienced a lot together, and that's some good shit, man. Dude, very Power Ranger 33. Thank you. Appreciate that, Mo. Yeah, just two weird guys that found each other. That's us. It's great to not be alone. It is. And I don't know. I feel like yeah, we lucked out in a lot of ways, but like I don't know. I hope everybody can find somebody even if it's like however late in life or otherwise, right? Cuz like every situation comes with its own set of challenges and rewards, so to speak. Just, different for everybody, but I think everybody deserves somebody. And I hope that those who do not have somebody will find them as soon as possible. Just a couple of silly little guys. Yeah, exactly. First is super sketchy. You're about 12 minutes in. Yeah, I can do some fun stuff in an hour. It feels weird to not make separate layers. It's kind of funny. No, not fucking. Ooh, alright, there we go. Perfect. Forget why I got on that topic. But oh yeah, 20s. 20s are weird because like there's so much like I mean, I feel like if you're not looking back and being like, wow, I'm so much more mature than I was when I was blank, right? Like if you're not doing that constantly, you should probably be evaluating and looking into yourself more intently and more deliberately. It's not to say that like people should be self-flagellating, just like flogging yourself, trying to, because you're fundamentally bad. No, I'm not Catholic anymore. I don't prescribe to that kind of shit where you're fundamentally broken. But like, you know, when you're in your 20s, you're like, wow, man, I'm an adult now. But genuinely, you're just like a slightly larger teenager for all intents and purposes. If I recall correctly, and this might not be perfect science, but I believe there's a thing about your brain not fully like coalescing, like it's still kind of in a state of flux until you're about 24 or something like that. And knowing how I felt when I was in my 20s, that does make a lot of sense to me. But it is like I was just in such a state. I feel like true for a lot of people too. When I was just there's a lot of shit that I had started accumulating, like baggage or otherwise, that I was kind of in denial of, and I was like, no, I'm a working boy. I have a job. I'm successful, right? And there's like a bunch of shit that I just like didn't give myself the space or didn't even know. I did. There's a lot of shit I was in denial about, and a lot of shit that I just did not give myself the space to unpack. And it started affecting myself and how I treated other people, and I just got like really like weird and emotionally. I was like really weird and emotionally unstable, and I didn't realize it until I'd already like started lashing out. And then like I'm like, oh man, what the fuck am I even doing, man? I always say there's the type of people that learn without making any mistakes, and I am not one. But I feel like if you honor your mistakes, you take them seriously and you learn from them, then that's like a very good way to become a better person. You know what I mean? Just be honest with yourself and the things that you have done and just like put effort. Just put effort, man. It's not always easy, and the longer you wait, the harder it gets. Lich Bill Gates. Hold on, I'm pausing so I can read chat. Let me catch up a little bit. Yeah, yeah, I've heard of that too. I seem to recall hearing that one of the last things that develops is empathy. I agree with that, and I've experienced that. It's not that you don't like care about people before a certain point, but it's not in an actionable way. It's like you can intellectually feel something, but then you're like, oh shit, right? Part of that is life experience. Part of that's who you talk to and how well you listen. Paladin, I think what learning is like has been co-opted by the crushing core curriculum situation. Yeah. Mo chicken. So when kids seem to be selfish or whatever, they literally don't have that part of their brain yet. Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, if you see a kid being shitty, always look at the parents first, in my opinion. That's like it's like I see people like treating kids as if they're like adult. Well, you should know better. It's like, how would they know better? This is literally all they've ever like. They haven't even been here, man. They don't know anything. They're kids, dude. Just teach them. Kenjamin, yeah, 20s are like the middle school of being an adult, and the 30s are like the like adult high school. I can see that for sure. Thanks, Lich Bill Gates, the Paladin. Mo Chicken, too true. I think being able to appreciate your mistakes is, while difficult, very important. You have to, absolutely. Like that like in that Meet the Robinsons movie where they celebrate their failure and disregard success. Interesting. I don't think I've seen that. Paladin. Learning more about oneself, likewise at my core curriculum comment. Yeah. Love Meet the Robinsons is what I meant. Cool, cool. Yeah, yeah. Continuing. So the prompt for today is grow, if I have not mentioned that. And this is me continuing this is me continuing the hour 1 hour animation prompts that I have not finished because I'm a silly boy and apparently my own challenge meant nothing to me. No, I really wanted to do more. I just got both too busy and too burnt out. You know how it is. It's great. It's a good problem to have. Are you gonna grow a mustache? I might. I can't in real life, but maybe in enough time. All right, let's see. This is fun. It's very funny. And things that keep growing are your nose and your ears. Is that right? Your nose and your ears will continue to grow even after your other facial features have kind of found their landing spot. That's what I understand. This is how I feel recently. I'm gonna put another frame in between these, I think. Yeah, I think that's right. So we're kind of just going from both sides. Oh, that's too fast. Maybe I'll do it 6 frames per second. Yeah, I think that's gonna be good. It's very relaxing, even though it is witnessing a hyperbolization of my own decay, which that could take or leave that. It is still pretty funny. My little cowlick gets longer. I like the idea of it starting to like sag. I'm excited for my silver fox to come in. That is badass. I had a friend once who had a very positive vibe about aging. She mentioned that she loved wrinkles and thought they looked distinguished. That's so cute. She would talk about how she looked forward to getting wrinkles someday. I love that. There's such a weird, weird obsession with youth and youthfulness in our world, in our society, where it's like that whole over the hill thing is just like such a fucking fatalistic way to view the passage of time. There's, I feel like there's a very obsessive, there's kind of a form of object permanence, sort of insidious, like lack of flexibility in people's perceptions of things. They love being able to point a finger and say, this is true and this will be true forever, right? And I think between that and how like hyper commoditized human existence has become, and like the existence of an influencer, you know what I mean? Someone who exists simply to vibe and to consume in specific way. Not to say that all influencers are, the Paris Hiltons or whatever the fuck, right? But someone, it's a celebration of wealth and beauty. And that's that could be your career, right? And I think it part of that, along with that, has come like it's kind of exacerbated some already underlying sentiments about aging and beauty, and just like cranked them up to 11. And like I don't know, it's like it's just really interesting to see how like people are just kind of the same through the years. It's just about what channels and avenues they have to accelerate information at them, right? And it's just like, whoa, fucking crazy. Go ahead and lurk. I was so excited the other day when I got carded. I was all, oh, was the beard not enough? I have a few shakes of salt in my hair now, which is kind of fun. That's awesome. Or about the Japanese cultural concept of the idol. Yes. Must absolutely destroy those kids when they get older. I mean, we've seen it in the 2000s, like pop bands. Poor Britney Spears, dude. I'm not even gonna get into it. That she just got like her life was absolutely dominated and bulldozed, and she was just made into basically a cash cow with predatory contracts and shit. And it's just like Japan's like, that's a good idea. We can do better. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's capitalism, man. It's all capitalism. Not gonna get too firmly on that soapbox, because honestly, I should probably know more. Should do more research and shit. I just like, damn. There's so much bullshit out there, man. Yeah, I mean, being young is their job. Talk about a job without job security. It's so true. And like, they get used up and they get cast aside. I mean, like, and there's just they don't. In order for industries like that to stay afloat, it kind of depends on a lot of the nitty gritty and a lot of the details. It depends on those being kind of like swept aside or just not addressed. Like, you know, being an athlete, right? Being an athlete, right? Olympian or otherwise, or, just like a football player, etc. Your body is absolutely sent through the ringer, right? And like to the point where you really just like you're not a ticking time bomb, but you're like a rocket with fuel in it, right? You're just going and going. And as soon as that fuel is gone, what are you going to do? You become a coach, and the cycle completes itself. You know what I mean? Those who can't do teach, I suppose, but like, oh, dude, I watched the last week tonight episode about the WWF, and it was depressing. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I only know a little bit about it from I watch a couple of Super Eye Patch Wolf videos because I like his passion. Um, the first thing that really got me into him was that video about like video games that don't exist. That's a really really interesting video. But yeah, yeah, that's just wild. It really is like, and it is basically like muscle soap opera theater, right? It's all about the plot lines and the drama, but there is a certain amount of athleticism and abuse that your body takes. I'm waiting for my timer just went off to feed Maeve. I'm waiting for her to pop over here. Yeah, it's people get used up and tossed away. Exactly, exactly. Part of some insidious machine, you know. It's wild, absolutely wild. Shit gets lumpier. Get some wrinkles introduced in there. My clothes and also my face. This kind of was a bummer about that Mega Man X8, huh? What were your thoughts? So far, so good. It's really hard, um, which is nice. As I was saying on stream, um, it I don't feel like it's for the most part. Like there are some instances where I was like, well, that was a little annoyingly set up. I don't agree with that necessarily, but for the most part, it doesn't feel like a problem with the game. It feels like it was my fault, which is exactly what I want from like a platformer or an action game, right? Where you're like, should have rolled, etc., etc. Is that Maeve? Oh, is that my baby? Is that my baby? I want to pick you up. Ooh, that's my baby cat. Oh, I love you so much. You're so good. You're a good kitty. And she just woke up, so she's so warm. She's purring. It's gratifying to hear you say that. I found it really tough too. Are you doing a no power up run though? No, no. Um, I'm doing a little bit, but I don't know. I'm kind of saving until I see some really good shit. I'm mainly spending the money on like extra lives. I think the retry chip is an interesting system because it's like, hello, beautiful. It's like it leaves room for other. Yeah, I should do that. I figured there were like hearts and shit in the levels, but I guess there aren't. Here's your good little bean. Okay, baby, you want some food? Look at her ears. Do you want some food? There they go. All right, let's get some food. Here you go. Ah, good kitty. She always touches your face. She does. She's a little grabby Gus. Oh shit, my timer's been running. I might take a couple of minutes extra because I've spent a lot of time looking at chat irresponsibly. But yeah. All right, I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. It'll be like 5 minutes. All right, take it easy, folks. I am back. I am back. See you soon, Mo. Get home safe. Let's get that timer going again. Had a bit of a late start, so what the hell is that? Oh, headphones are actively falling apart. That's probably fine. I'm sure it's fine. I don't know why my music wasn't working. Time is an illusion. I mean, damn, so true. Okay. Take the time you need. Let's get a little bit more details in the fingies and the hands. I really have a hard time deciding whether or not I want um whatchamacallit, 3 fingers and the thumb, or 4 fingers and the thumb, like an actually like fully stocked set of fingies for Little Black. I don't know. Always find myself being all wishy-washy about it, and I need to just make a stand. I should probably make like an actual like design sheet, but honestly, I do like the kind of uncertainty. Kind of nice to be doing something that's like a single layer, just lines, you know? Not too complicated. I do like making things unnecessarily complicated, as anyone could tell you who's known me for more than like a couple of seconds. I'm pretty sure my new fancy XLR mic sounds the same as my old USB mic. Cheap tech is getting better and better, so maybe the old USB mic was fine. Maybe you already started with the slightly higher end USB mic. Good to see you, by the way, Jack. Um, can it do the higher range stuff that you were talking about, though? Will it pick shit up, or does it? Because I think, if I recall correctly, that was one of your main qualms with the old mic. Is that you go into high register and shit like that, it just cuts out completely. Yeah, the main problem is that if I'm singing, it cuts out. This seems to be doing the same, so I think it's OBS, but I don't know how to fix it. Oh, damn. I was just having issues with OBS today, as you may notice the fact that I don't have any music playing because I couldn't get it to play for chat. So I'm like, well, if you're gonna be without music in my chat, I might as well join you, and it's just been kind of relaxing. I love my fucking music, dude. Um, but yeah, every once it's been kind of a strange start to the day, so maybe not a bad thing to keep it mellow and low key for myself and for my chat. I have been learning about gain and shit lately. Mics are weird. Yeah, I have a bit of an edge in terms of audio shit because I did take the that one music production class online. So like a lot of gauging levels and a lot of terminology is like a lot quicker for me to establish mentally because there's already a little bit of real estate that's claimed in my brain for. Man, did you sneeze? Oh, hi, buddy. You wanna come up? Do you wanna come up, little sweetie? She fucking muted me when I asked her a question. Maeve, she's so nice. Come up, baby. She's a little angel. I fucking love this cat, dude. She can be a little shit by bonking and clonking into the water, but like, I mean, how am I supposed to stay mad at her if she goes like mew mew and when I ask her a question? Fucking A. It's just not fair. It makes everything better. It's true. Oh yeah, I just wish I could actually test my mic full gusto, but if I do, it bothers mom even with my door closed. Yeah, the soundproofing situation, like that fucking sucks, dude. You know, I feel you, where it's like there's nowhere for me to go but where I am right now. God damn. It is a shame. Crunchy, crunchy, Blazer. Keep not drawing myself. Almost wonder if I should keep the USB mic here for regular streaming and take the new XLR to Dad's for audio recording. That's not a bad idea. That is not a bad idea. Might be beneficial. How it feels to be a 30-year-old post twink. That's what this is right now. I had no idea how like unstraight I was until I was already like had a few lines in my face. I was like, well, over the hill. We were just talking earlier on stream, Jack, about like the just like the societal fuckery of anyone being quote unquote over the hill. And I was like, man, crazy shit. Okay, that growing. Yeah, sorry I was kind of running around through the beginning of your stream. How was it? I saw you fight the big silly fucking kiwi fruit nightmare. Stream was good. Made good Zelda progress. Outstanding. It's a big fucking series. It's a hell of an undertaking. Fucking goddamn shit ass pine cone. I color wise, I like the toes. Texture wise, they're the worst. I hate that they're like little weird dicks. I hate it. The what is he? The imprisoned? Is that his name? They're the worst. Like, why are they full of like water? Ew. Ugh. Disgusting. They're like wiggly and shit. There's no bones in there. It's fucking gross, man. I was just talking with Moxie about the fact that it's like, the thing about like fantasy life. It's like you look at the designs and you're like, ah, these are purposefully silly, goofy designs. The point is whimsy, and you know the score. The tone is set. There's no illusions of it being anything else, right? And one of my problems with Skyward Sword is the fact that I don't feel like the tone is properly established. The avocado of pain. Yeah, because it's hard to tell. You know what I mean? Like, because the designs themselves are obviously goofy as shit for the most part. Like, there's one or two slightly more, I guess, serious designs. Like the dude with the multiple hands and shit. That guy was pretty cool. Sort of statue thing. Or like, idol thing. But like the presentation feels like it tries to take itself fairly seriously, but the designs are fucking Mike Wazowski like status. Like the Kraken is the best example, I think, where it's like, what am I supposed to feel right now? Am I supposed to be afraid of this thing? Because it looks stupid. It looks dumb. Why does it have like a soft, shitty little baby body? It's like, it kind of grows out for a second before it extends. I need to fix that. The build up for it was so cool too. It's a bad idea in my opinion. It was not a satisfying payoff. There you go. As you said, build up so fucking cool. Like, whoa. And then like even the presentation was like it really seemed to take it seriously. It's like how did this ship? You know what I mean? How did we get past the design phase? I just I don't understand it or necessarily agree with it. Just that's just me though. It's just a head scratcher, you know what I mean? It's like what is the intention? Or like Ghirardelli. He's all menacing and shit. Then he removes his cloak and he's ready for Declurb. But like, yeah, I agree. Um, I will say there is like I feel like there is a little bit of at least expectations that are set by Girahim being fabulous. You know what I mean? Like I'm okay with it. Um, it's just like I don't know. I mean, like I feel like Girahim is one of the more successful parts of the game in terms of tone and in terms of presentation because he's one of the harder boss fights. Um, it's not the same as like a Zant syndrome situation where it's like I don't know. I'm not going to spoil anything, but like I'm happy with how they characterized and presented Girahim. I'm just the other bosses I'm just like confused by. And if it was like if it was like a gradient from like Wind Waker to Skyward Sword to Twilight Princess, you know what I mean? Where it's like an escalation in like darkness and grittiness. Maybe it would be maybe I would feel a different way about it. But like the stuff in Skyward Sword being presented with the same gravitas as like some of the things in Twilight Princess, which were really like I was like, whoa, that's pretty fucking cool. That's pretty menacing, right? I do not want to meet that thing in person, right? And it's like, oh, it's a boss. It's like, what the fuck is that? What is that? You know, it's a sort of it's I guess it's not exactly a danger, but it's something to consider when you're doing something in such a long-standing franchise. Is like you literally can't help but compare what you're seeing to a previous entry, especially the most recent installment. I don't know. Fucking Ghirardelli. It's so funny. I miss Ghirardelli Square. I used to go there pretty regularly when I worked in San Francisco. That was fun. Have not been to San Francisco in like years at this point, I think. It's like right there. I forget if it just counts as the SF area or if it's like a specific one of the bays. I went from South Bay to East Bay. All about them bays here in the Bay Area. The advent of Twink Death. The Bay Area. I was literally about to say that. Play Possum. What's up? Good to see you, buddy. Having kind of a low key stream today. Couldn't get the music to work for chat, so I'm also going without. So we're going just the dulcet tones of Black's voice. So if you're into that kind of thing, you're in luck. Otherwise, sorry. How's your day going so far? Play Possum. Or PP if you prefer. PP fur. Low key is good. Cool, yeah. Unwind, decompress. Make yourself comfortable. Hope the day is treating you alright so far, relatively speaking. Yeah, my back's fucked, but otherwise I'm okay. I feel you. Are you chronic pain life? Or are you just around my age and hence starting to feel parts of your body in a new and exciting way? Just 40? Yeah, okay. I feel you. On my way. On my way. I kind of don't mind the lack of music if I'm being completely honest. I'm finally feeling and seeing what the VOD watchers have been seeing if they have watched recently. It's like, yeah, not bad. Really, really mellow. It's got to be sure to not like exclaim too abruptly, because for all I know, somebody out there one day is going to be using these streams as a sleep aid, and as a yapper, I do definitely, I can't help but continuously speak, but every once in a while I get a little excited or frustrated with something that I'm, drawing or can't draw or whatever the hell, and I make some kind of utterance, and I hope I don't just scare the piss out of somebody. So, especially low key today, if you are on your way to a restful slumber, I hope you dream of kitties and puppies. Also nice. They'll know what they're getting into. That's true. By now, it's just like, I don't know how many visual Wednesdays we're in now. It's a lot. It's a lot. Started streaming in fucking, what was it? September, I think, last year. I really like it. I'm glad I'm streaming. Feel like I'm gonna jabber nonstop anyway. I might as well like use these powers for justice. It's on them at that point, truly, truly. Yes, thank you. That is very true and well said. How could you say something so controversial, yet so brave? I quote Eric Andre's show a lot for somebody who has actually never seen it. Real talk. Just full disclosure. I've seen a couple of clips. I've seen the ones that that Worthy Kids animated. Speaking of which, a new Big Top Burger season just started. I'm fucking there, man. I'm hype. I love it. Worthy Kids is such an inspiration to me as like a potential indie animator. I just need to get shit done and get it out there. I was locking some stuff in and getting my shit together, and I just ended up taking on too many projects at once for my level of I guess aptitude and time management and stuff like that, and I was like fucking burnt out. No deadlines being missed or anything, but I was like fuck. Apparently, I'm too much of a weenie baby to do this many things at once without like serious organization. So, slap together a docket, feeling good. But yeah, it's like I went from 0 to 1,000. Great problem to have. Love it. It's just like, oh boy. Using my powers for the ultimate good. Ad revenue. That is the ultimate good as far as I'm concerned right now. I turned off ads like other than the pre-roll shit because it's just like with my audience as small as it is and me trying to build people, you know what I mean? It was just like it didn't really make sense for me to blast motherfuckers with like regular ads. It just ended up being kind of annoying. And so I was like, I'm still getting a little bit of something back, but I think I'll actually retain people. Because like if I was showing up to a stream for the first time and I was hit with like a, 90-second ad break or whatever, I'd be like, I'm not going to stick around for this. And that was clear. That was becoming apparent from like some of my earlier streams. I was like, I'm just going to turn this shit off. It's hyper aggressive these days. Man, not to sound like an old man, although that would be appropriate for the thing I'm animating, but like, I'm so sick of shit. Just like everything is just trying to sell you something now. And it's not that that wasn't the case before, but it's like everything, even shit that's not corporate, even shit that's, it's just like because it's such a struggle to even like exist and subsist. It's just like you kind of have no choice but to hustle in any capacity that you can. And it's just like fucking exhaust. It's just like it's so hard to feel. There's ads in the Call of really? In the Call of Duty there's ads as in like product placement within Call of Duty, or is it Caller Duty? It's just a thing that I'm not familiar with. Yeah, on the loadout screens. What a time to be alive. And by a time, I mean what a bad time to be. It's just weird now, man. I just like it's odd to think of a time. I don't know, like it's like Futurama, right? So you can't prove that it's not going to happen, right? Dreams in advertisements and dreams, people will absolutely be doing that the second the technology is available. I want to see the Brazil cut of Star Wars for the comedy of shameless product placement. That shit is gold, Kenj. That shit is so funny. Cerveza Cristal. Yeah, the closest thing I've done recently to a mobile game play possum is Mega Man X Dive. And I started that right near the beginning of the pandemic. I believe I mentioned this before on stream, so apologies for those of you who have already heard me talk about this. Um, but they almost had me because weaponizing my special interest is like a very, very easy thing to do. And I fucking obviously I'm doing a whole damn series of it every Monday, Mega Monday, until I'm done with Mega Man X games and stuff. But like they almost had me, and like even through the gauntlet of like confusion and like push sales tactics that is a gotcha game, I was like, well, I do like Mega Man. Like genuinely, I was like, yeah, they got me, right? And then like when I tried to log in, I lost all my data. Like they just lost it, right? And I was like, what the fuck? Well, I just started. I only had like one bonus or whatever the fuck. I guess it doesn't matter that much. I'll just start again. It's okay. And then it happened a second time, and I was like, fuck this shit. I already don't want to do gotcha. I don't want to do it, so I won't. sick of my face being so gruesome looking. So I'm going to change to a gray tone that will not make me look so scary. But yeah, mobile games are fucking like it's crazy. Cerveza Cristal. I saw that and I genuinely thought it was like just like a really funny comedic edit. And then someone was like, "No, this is how it aired." The fucking Brazilian the Brazilian Star Wars. Oh my God. Was it Brazilian? I'll take your word for it, Kenj. But yeah, it's that shit was fucking insane. So funny. Yeah, I mean, but it is. I know what you're talking about. It is fucking hilarious. Is me as Dr. Wily? Yes, this is foreshadowing of what is to come, probably. Or Dr. Light. I can be your angle, or you are devil. This is the prompt grow for the month of animation because I'm a nasty bad host and I did not finish my own challenge. Unlike superstar Kenj here in chat, Kenj fucking knocked it out of the park. Mo Chicken fucking knocked it out of the park. We got two champions. Two champions. Me here, I'm just a lowly fucking host, bro. Need a little bit of a slower descent into madness. I just know they were trying to air the movie with as little interruptions as possible and were forced to put the ads into the movie, which feels counterintuitive. Me, a champion, I feel so special. You should. You fucking did it, bro. You did it. Every day. Very, very cool, man. Every time you say host, I keep thinking you'll stop it. Is that wishful thinking? uh, I mean, good old Blackfoot. Uh, Mary Black, I shan't. Play Possum's like, I am no homewrecker. Pearl clutching organ music, anyway. Man, it's probably for it's I've talked I think I mentioned it in some capacity before, but it's like between how like incredibly trusting I am and like how easygoing, et cetera, et cetera. There's so many factors that put me in like a really dangerous spot to just end up in like a horribly abusive relationship. So I'm really, really glad that I have not had to touch the dating scene for like 20 years, and I have no interest in starting anytime soon. That's for damn sure. For so many reasons. Yeah, Blake ain't no hoe. There aren't enough pineapples in your theme. Did I tell you that I used to work at a hotel that had pineapples like all over the place? Because I just have a really deep rooted association with. Yeah, yeah, exactly. We're almost at an hour, but I also spent a lot of time reading chat while I was drawing, so I might go a little bit over, but I have something a little special planned for one of the people in chat. Are you Hawaiian? No, I'm not Hawaiian. The hospitality company was just like, because pineapples signify hospitality for all, it's like theoretically it was just the spiel that we gave to customers that asked is like, when colonials were coming back from their travels, they would put because colonials are the essence of hospitality, of course. Colonizers. Anyway, when they would get back from a voyage, they would put a pineapple on their like gate post or whatever the fuck to let people know that they're back with riches and or whatever the hell. And so it's like that's why pineapples are a symbol of hospitality. Also, you put them on your like banquet table. It's like exoticism and shit like that. Yeah. Um, but one thing that I swear to God is not the purpose of the hotel at all. Like they didn't. I don't think they knew this. Um, uh, in the spirit of hospitality, quote unquote, uh, swingers use the pineapple to signify that like they're down to clown extramaritally. So like everybody's like it's a swinger hotel. There's like a chain, right? There's like multiple properties that have the pineapple, like the Stay Pineapple uh, branding. So they're all about it, right? It's great. They had like pineapple cupcakes in the lobby. Very tasty. But yeah, the horny pineapple signal. I put them on my ham. Well, I mean, it's the Maui Wowie touch, bro. That's the Maui Wowie touch. There's like, it's impossible to not say Wowie after Maui for a lot of menus. You put a pineapple and some ham on a burger. Boom, there you go. Put that shit on a pizza. That's a classic. How do y'all feel about pineapple and pizza, chat? I know what Moxiemoth would say if she was awake, but she's trying to sleep through my jabbering. She's had a long day, couple of days, I should say. I like I like Hawaiian pizza. It's tasty enough. I mean, Mo and I were just talking about when Mo Chicken was in chat. We were just talking about how much we fucking love sweets, respectively, because we were given too much sugar as kids, probably, right? But yeah, I fucking love sweets, dude. Just amazing. Put whatever on pizza, it's fine. Yeah, man, it's just carbs and sauce, a little bit of cheese. Who gives a shit? Pineapple on pizza is a delight. Cool. Hell yeah. Have you ever been to Jollibee's? That's a cute name. Is that a Pacific Northwest joint? Oh, button falling off. Yeah, I've had a there's a couple of places I've had a pineapple burger. It's really good, especially if you put some teriyaki sauce on it, because it's kind of a nice marriage of sweet and meat. Some people absolutely abhor sweets and their meats, like sweet and savory combos. I'm like, dude, come on, bro. My bud's trying to get me to Portland in September. Ooh, nice. It came to PNW and it is a Philippines-based burger chain. That sounds fucking great, actually. Sounds awesome. I will look into that, Kenj. Jollibees. Do they sell jelly beans? Jollibees jelly beans? There we go. No, but they sell spaghetti. That fried chicken, I feel like is great to have in a burger style place because that means that you have both burger buns and fried chicken, which means you can make arguably my favorite type of food all time, which is a fried chicken sandwich. I just love that shit, bro. That is probably my favorite savory food. Black lore. I just like what's not to like, man. Extend that a little bit. That line needs to go up. They do a lot. Yeah, it sounds like one of those places that just kind of pops off. It's probably great if you're in the Philippines. You're like, oh my God, look at all this shit they have in America. Ooh. I think I'm gonna do one more frame. I'm at like an hour and 4 minutes or so, but I spent a lot of time yammering and looking at chat, so I'll give myself one more frame. Who cares? It's already after the month that is relevant to, so another couple of minutes won't hurt, right? Oh, finally hit me. You're doing a grow old like Last Crusade. Yeah, grow. Exactly. Yeah, I guess it is like Last Crusade, now that you mention it. I'm probably going to ping pong it. Yeah, this interpretation of the grow prompt occurred to me rather abruptly, and I was like, yeah, I actually like that. I had something else in mind, but it actually kind of continued to expand into kind of a bigger idea that I want to make a little bit like, I don't know if it's going to be a comic, obviously a very short comic, but like I had an idea for my initial idea for Grow, and I think I'm gonna do it at some point. Free time is very scarce right now, so I don't know when the fuck I'm gonna do it. But what's another idea tossed under the back burner with all of the others? I thought you were going to. You know what? Never mind what I thought. Oh no, do tell, Kenj, do tell. Is it the stance that made you think that I was going to do something less than appropriate, or was it something was it inappropriate at all? Am I just reading into what you're saying too hard? Hmm. It is a mystery. It really is a shame when like a serotonin factory starts wearing off. The stance did lead to a double entendre. Yes. Well, I guess that's just a little misdirect then. Ho ho hee hee. That's really funny. Oops. Sometimes I accidentally do that when I'm hitting undo, and I accidentally, because the undo button is right beneath the opacity slider, sometimes I accidentally hit down there. So I go like boop, whoops. See, through various commissions and stuff, I've been drawing more beards now than I have in like ever before, and it's kind of interesting. I guess maybe one of the reasons for that is the fact that I generally draw inhuman characters or object heads or some kind of ghoul or some shit, so there's not too much space for beards on the market. Brows just keep on growing. Brows on this guy keep on growing. I don't know where they'll be tomorrow. There I go. Paddling on down the river Styx. All right. Get them rankles. Them rankles up in y'all. At one point, I was doing. I mentioned getting into theater when I was younger. Um, I did a 2 year theater program. It was a theater conservatory, technically. Um, their goal was to make you as well-rounded of a theater person in general. So not only did they teach you, acting, they also taught you like stage management and directing. And even though it was a theater program, they did a smidgen of film, which I really enjoyed actually. I like the intimacy of it. Um, Not to disparage one over the other. I think both are great art forms. I usually don't want to watch it's like I don't know. I've seen a lot of bad theater, okay? And bad theater hurts me almost as much as bad comedy, which is probably my least favorite thing to experience in the universe. Is to be That's one reason that, I'm a musician, right? Singer-songwriter. I've played a shit ton of open mics over the years across the Bay Area, et cetera, et cetera. I've seen a lot. I do not like open mics that have both, mixed open mics, like open mics that have both comedy and music. I hate it. I can't stand it because if it's just music, right? Its quality is subjective. Stage work, I could never law. I hate being perceived. It's a weird, it's a weird cocktail of emotions for me because as much as I hate being perceived, I also crave attention and perception. So I'm streaming, right? So it's the dread yet necessity for perception. It's kind of a it's kind of a conundrum, but like being you want to be perceived in general, you want to be perceived in your own terms, and that's not always possible. So like I've especially recently I've had to let go of a lot of shit baggage that I had with perception of other people's opinions and stuff like that. And it's generally good for me. But anyway, I've been through I've been to a lot of open mics, right? And I respect comedians so much. I love comedy. Like I love when people are funny. I love to laugh. It's a skill that I have just being kind of a clown, being a class clown, being trying to be funny has been a part of my life for as long as I've been in public in any capacity, right? Since school and shit like that, right? I've not always been very good at it, but like put it this way, I put a lot of points on my skill tree in being entertaining and being funny, right? It's important to me. Partially because, and I was thinking about this recently, partially because I have such a hard time accepting things because I don't know exactly what's wrong with me, but I'm certainly some flavor of neurodivergent, right? It's like sometimes I don't always understand, oh fuck, what people are like. I don't always pick up on social cues. I don't always understand the meaning of what people are doing or saying. So, you know, especially in text or whatever, right? My brain kind of goes like, "What the fuck did they mean by that?" and saunters off into left field trying to play detective when the answer is obvious to anyone else but me, right? So, I love things, reactions, and interactions that are irrefutable or involuntary, such as laughing, or somebody eats something that I made and they're like, you know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, you know what I mean? Something about, because I spend so much time overthinking and overqualifying interactions, right? And I don't necessarily know the finer points of what make them tick. It's really nice for me to have direct confirmation and direct gratification that is understandable even to my overthinking brain. So, like, I love comedy and I find it incredibly important. There we go. But um, the way that you engage with comedy and the way that you engage with music are two different things, right? When you're doing music, say like if someone's performing, you can engage with that passively, right? It's background. If you can engage with it in a way that is passive and detached. Not to say that like, you're not listening. It's to say that you're like, okay, I'll just let this exist in my space. And every once in a while, if I turn my ear to it, like, ooh, right? You can also actively listen to it. If you really like, if you're a musician like I am, and you're watching someone else play, you're like, like you see, I see what you're doing, right? Oh, that's great. You know what I mean? You're engaged, but you have the option, right? Comedy, you can only engage with it actively. And I can't help, I don't know about you, I can't help but listen to a comedic bit. Like, but the point is, if you're at an open mic and the act is bad, not very good, right? That's fine. People can be learning, people can be not great or whatever, right? That's the act of creation is important in and of itself. Sometimes shit sucks. It's fine. But if you're listening to music and it's bad, you could just be like, I'll just tune this out until this act is gone. If the comedy's bad, you are there, man. You're captive to whatever the fuck this person's saying. And if you stop listening for a second, the act doesn't make any sense, right? So it's like they are like oil and water for me in an open mic. I hate open mics that have both comedy and music. Just pick one for different nights. I can't stand it. If you run an establishment that has open mics in it, for me, for the good of mankind, please just have it either music and comedy, have it different nights. It's better for everybody, in my opinion. Anyway, here's me getting old. Perfect. And that is grow, my friends. That is grow. All right, now. Right here. Right. Okay. So now we're going to do something extra special for my buddy Kenj, who has absolutely, incredibly graciously engaged in doodle roulette to the nines. So, for those of you who don't know, on my Ko-fi commission page, there is an option for doodle roulette, which is if you pay me $5, I will draw you an ugly little guy. Or is it $2? I'm stupid. Hold on a second. I should know this. I should know this. Hold on a second. I'm gonna click on my own stream link and see what comes up. Holy shit, dude. Can't believe I'm such a fool. Anyway, throw me a small amount of money and I will draw you an ugly little guy. And if you pay more, you get more ugly little guys. So you can have a whole armada all to yourself. With the click of a button. That little link that I posted right there. Anyway, let me just check on the line wait for this. I've already done many ugly little guys for Ken specifically. He is one of the main progenitors of ugly little gentlemen. So let's go. 1080 by 1080. We ball. Boop. If I recall correctly, we got 5 in the wings. 5 ugly little guys to have and to hold. It's a line wait for these guys. These ugly little guys, even. Alright. You have no say. People have no say as to the quality of these ugly little guys beyond just. It's like a donation with benefits. So this is the benefit, right? All of them have been in some ways food based for the ones that I made for Ken, so I gotta mix it up a little bit. Can't get too predictable. Damn it, it's gonna be food again. No, I won't do it. I won't do it, Kenjamin. Yeah, there he is. You do get to name them, though. That is an aspect of agency that you have. Yeah. Man about town. Y'all seen Young Frankenstein? Fucking love Gene Wilder. Man about town says it. There we go. There's one down. There he is, so fancy. Let's just name him accordingly until the man himself, Kenjamin, is back in the chat to name these fuckers. So we just got each of these, right? Three, four. What? That's one of them also. I forget his name. I do forget his name, but it's fine. All right. Second ugly little guy. What's up? What's up? What's up? It's you got your first ugly little guy of five. Here he is. Name him at some point. You missed the little guy. Leave no little guy behind. There he is. He's there for you. He's there. I'll put them all up on the screen at some point. Hold on a second. Whoopsie daisy. Copy. It's carrying him over. Good to see you, man. You do your work, all right? Do what you must. So many little guys. This is Quintworth. Okay, cool. Into it. Quintworth. Fucking Quintworth. There he is. I'm like trying to resist making them into food, because look how many of these are food. That's 4 out of 6 food guys. So this new generation has to have something that is not necessarily food based, but I love food, and it's very easy to just make a shit ton of them. I got toast and I thought I got away unscathed, but the last bite slashed the roof of my mouth. Oof. Arg. Damn you, toast. Yeah. Good afternoon, Toast Warriors. What's up, Moxie Moth? Hope you're feeling okay. Was napping. That's right. I'm sorry that it was a pretty low key stream, so I don't think I woke you up too much, but I hope you were able to sleep in spite of my yammering. Got an idea. Yeah, okay. All right. There's ugly guy number two. You could probably ride him if you wanted to. I probably wouldn't, but it's up to you. I'll put these guys on a Grubbus, so shall it be. Grubbus, duplicate, flatten, copy. There we go. Boop. No, not grub is autocorrect. Don't fucking censor me. Don't censor Kenjamin. Oh, with the two caps? I'm gonna leave that actually. Grubbus. He's Grubbus. Okay, you go here. You stay there. To the front of the stage, Grubbus. The owner of a white sedan with the license plate, Grubbus. Grubbus. It's an issue of emphasis. Alright, Grubbus. Quintworth. Who can it be now? Can it be now? No, you didn't do that. It was autocorrect. Autocorrect. I know you're used to the thumbs occurring, but no, it was all autocorrect. Okay, perfect. All right, what do we got today? It's the old bag of dicks. Oh my goodness, I saw Jack typed it and my brain fused everything together. That's how it goes sometimes. We love a good ugly little guy. These are excellent little guys. Peak little guy content. Thank you. um, you might notice or not, Muximoth. I don't know if you have the stream audio on, if you're just listening to my voice because we're in the same room. Uh, I could not get the music to work for chat and myself as well, so I just said fuck it, and now I'm whole streams without music. There we go, there we go. Hey guys, I'm gonna need you to fucking cool your jets a little bit, okay? Just shimmy on down over there, thank you, because this gentleman needs to breathe. Oh no, awkward silent stream. No, it's been actually really relaxing, honestly. I've been just, shooting the shit with Kenj and Mo mainly, and we have a wonderful play possum as well. Paladin showed up for a second. We got just like really nice vibes right now, and it's honestly been kind of relaxing. I feel like without the nose, he's not ugly enough. He's just too precious without the nose. He's still precious, honestly. I'd keep him. But yeah, it's just been a different different vibe. I don't mind it. Now I get to experience what the fuck the VOD watchers are experiencing. Exactly, exactly, yeah, exactly. It's a chill ass vibe, and I'm digging it. I'm glad. That means a lot, man. I have been told, as I have mentioned before, I've been told by several people that I have worked with that I have a calming and soothing presence. I'm hoping that that comes through a little bit in chat. Oh, I had an idea for this guy. That's kind of cool. Don't want to spend too much time on one little guy over the other, of course, because don't want anybody to be left out. Yeah. There he is. He's just a little guy. Let me just fill in his mouth a little bit. Come up with a name for him, Kenjamin. He's yours forever now. I don't know if I could say till death do you part because he looks pretty dead, but that's neither here nor there. I can't tell you how relaxing it is to me to doodle. You know, what I mean, I haven't been doing enough of it. It's been all projects and shit, right? And it's just like nice to be able to. I used to doodle like constantly in class or otherwise. Don't follow my example, kids, or do. I really don't give a shit, honestly. That's the only way I could pay attention or internalize anything is if I was doing something with my hands, because just sitting and like George Free, Jorg Free, Jorg Free, Jorg Free. All right, Jorg Free coming up. Jorg Free, I like it. Powerful. I'm gonna shrink him down with his homies real quick. Jorg Free. Yeah, it had to be, right? Jorg Free, join them. Join them, Jorg Free. There we go. Merge down. Copy. Jorg Free. Sorry, man. Go ahead. Here you go, buddy. Here you go, pal. Centered. Jorg Free lives. Paste. There they are. Gentlemen. Little guys. Little friends. Little buddies. Little pals. Alright, number three. Or number four, rather. What do we got? A little bit more oomph. He's a little uncertain, this guy, but that doesn't stop his simple zest for life. This guy. He knows he's capable of greatness, this guy. Right here. He just doesn't feel like getting out of bed most of the time. And can't we all relate to that? Maybe I'll give him little wings. I'll give him little wings. That is his means of transportation. 2 lines better. He's just kind of floating around. No, no legs. No legs. No mouth either. He's just sitting there. He's there to stay. There he is. Whatever his name is, there he is. He's ready. Hold on a second. I'm gonna adjust his little nose real quick. That is his entire face. Yeah, he's good. Alright, there he goes. Kerf? Kerf. My man. My dude. My dude Kerf. Kerf it is. There he be. Hold on a second. Kerf doesn't take up much space. Kerf stays in his lane. For what it's Kerf. He's most comfortable on the ground. Maybe he's sitting next to Yorgfree here. On the ground. He's there. Kenj has such a collection of little guys. Kenj is our sponsor. Brought to you by our sponsor of little guys. The MVP of little guynitude. A second. He knows quality little guys when he sees them. You too, for just one easy payment of $1.99. It's $2, but it sounds better if I say that. It's $2, right? Or is it 5? I don't remember. Moxie, help. I don't remember. My services. My own services. I think it's 2. Outstanding. Oh, I know you got plans. I know. 2. Wonderful. I'm gonna have this gentleman floating. Floating right above them, because he can float. Looking a little blurry there, pal. That's cool. We're just laying out composition. I'm gonna collect your little guys into one file after this, all of them, and you will see. We will see what hell I hath wrought. There we go. Perfect. Yes, yes, thank you. Perfect. You're basically doing a horrible version of Ye Old Adoptable service they used to do on forums and stuff. You can't draw and I can. Give me money. It's cool. It's just like a really slightly odd flavored commission as far as I'm concerned. All right, last one, last one, last one, last one. Who is it? Hold on a second. Copy. Paste. There we go. I think Deviant still does that. Yeah, I follow a couple artists that still do adoptables. Are we at 7 already? Oh shit, it was 7? Dude, I couldn't check my phone because it's dead. That's great. I was doing 5. Let's go! So like, boop. Duplicate. What a great way to spend the rest of the stream. Drawing ugly little guys. Yeah. Hold on. I'm on 5. Yeah. So these are your guys from before. And these are starting the new generation of ugly little guys for Kenjamin specifically. So we got Quintworth, Grubbus, Yorgfree, Kerf, and now the mystery 3, I guess. We got a total of 7. 7 ugly little guy? You're a magic man. You're magical. Look at this. It's great. Alright, let's do another one. I don't want to spoil what I'm doing by making the face, but I also can't not make the face, so spoilers. Dude, that's amazing. Well, I'm happy to help my dear friend Kenj, especially if it is in the form of providing ugly little guys. I should have an option to color them for an upcharge. That'd be smart. But the ugly little guy attitude, I feel like something so pure about it being like a little doodle and just not quite black and white, but like, this for all intents and purposes black and white. We can make trading cards. Move over, garbage pail kids, or whatever the fuck. I hated that shit, by the way. There's all sorts of the '90s movement for like gross out shit for boys. I'm like, miss me with that by a country mile, by 1,000, by a whole country, in fact, itself. Get that shit out of my face. I hate that stuff. It's like gross, disgusting slime. I'm like, fuck you, piece of shit. Disgusting. Too prissy. Too prissy for the '90s. That's a better expression. There we go. Need you guys to step away for a second. Harshing my mellow. Not you, chat. You are providing my mellow. I hope I am also providing mellow. Redesigning my VTuber again, lol. Ah, ever onward and upward, you poor bastard. I think I've got what I want finally this time. All right, good luck. All right. Go. His gills are his cheekbones, and vice versa. All right, there we go. He's there. Actually, I changed my mind about it. You can still believe that his gills are his cheekbones. It's just a little too muddy for me. It's better like that. Choose your own adventure. There he is, though. All right, Kench, come with a name for your child. Jeff. Jeff. Certified freak. Jeff. Oh, yeah. All right, cool. He's ready. He's ready for the ball. He's not ready for anything though. He's very very stressed as a rule. Jeff, everybody's got a Jeff in us, you know what I mean? He looks how I feel. Yes. He's very particular about the spell. Yeah, he's at Starbucks and he's like, Jeff with a G E O, a G off. Okay. Scoot over here. He's like really unhappy about the rest of them. That's what I am to glean. There he goes. He's living large or small. His head is large, but his body's small. I don't know. How big do you think these guys are? I'll defer to your judgment, chat. Copy. Jeff. Center stage. Ah, Jeff. Fucking Jeff. Here he goes. Here he goes. Here he goes. Bam. Right in the center. Come on. Give me the snap. Perfect. There you go, Jeff. Good on you, man. Good hustle, bro. He looks how I feel. For real, though, honestly. Paste. Okay. A lovely little merry band of fools here. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. We got... Hold on a second. No, not now. Quintworth. Okay. Just so we're keeping track. 6 and 7. Ooh, whip. Oh, let me name Jeff before I forget. Could never forget you, Jeff. Geoff. Gelf. Kerf. Jeff. Yorgfree. Grubbis. Quintworth. We got a merry band right here. Okay. Alright, I got it. On to the 6th. 6th. How do y'all feel about the British pronunciation of 6th? In their defense, 6th is a nightmare. It's a nightmare that it only exists in English and should be shot. 6th. Ew. Both are stupid. Really, putting an X before a TH is just your first and last mistake. Shit is garbage. 6th. That's just poor planning. Think of another word for it, you fool. As an F is also weird. It's so weird to me. 6th. Without. With or without. 6th. Crisps. I'm gonna set Moxie off if I keep up with this kind of talk. Not a fan of crisps, Mox. No, I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. I will stop, but it's construction is an issue there. That's not right. How do you draw a bucket? I'm an artist of 28 years, give or take. Been drawing since 4 years old. How do you draw a bucket? Man, I don't know. Shit. How do you draw a bird is my favorite. Mox and I say that all the fucking time. It's a meme for a while. What do you think is saying f when you see a T and H? I love H. It actually has H in it as opposed to H, which why the fuck? Why the fuck H? I don't like English. It's bad. I enjoy speaking it. I enjoy swearing in it. I knew a dude uh named Avi who didn't speak much English, so he spoke in Spanish. He was always like cleaning the tables of the cafe that I went to. He's a really funny dude. And he said like I love swearing in English. He said it in Spanish. I love swearing in English. Fucking shit, man. It was great. He said that in English. I was like, haha. Good old Avi. I meant to say Javi. I said Avi twice. I'm sorry, Javi. Steph maintains that if she weren't a native speaker, she would never be able to speak English. It's fucking true, though. Well, it's because it doesn't make any goddamn sense. All the rules in English are like duct taped together Frankenstein horse shit. You know what I mean? Like none of it makes sense because it's all from different sources. And anything that we liked but didn't have a word for previously, we just wholesale yoinked it. It's a terrible language. Zero stars. It's really interesting thinking about what names I just kind of passively give these fuckers as I'm drawing them and how different what people name them is. That's no shade, it's just the beauty of each different person being different. It's great. I love it. Hard to know what to expect. Needs more derp. What is this ham bucket? That's exactly right. A bucket of ham. No, the vein's too much. I can't do it, but I will add some kind of inscrutable texture. Baloney Bucky? Cool. Baloney Bucky, here you are. My guy. Gotta add a little bit of sheen to that Bologna, bro. I never leave home without my banana bucky. Banana bucky? That sounds delicious. My baloney bucky. The typo is now the name. Okay, cool. I was wondering if that was on purpose or if it was your infamous thumbs. Either way, what bliss. There he is. He's ready. And watch this resolution disappear. All right. There we have it. Merge down. Moving on to the next one. Copy. Invisible. Baloney Bucky, center stage. Let's go. Whoop. You can even pronounce it Bologna. 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 No. Bologna. Autocorrect's like, you don't know how to fucking spell baloney, do you? I'm like, yeah? Not Buckley. Although baloney Buckley is pretty strong. I'm excited to see the last member of this motley crew form. Let's go. Clear. Paste. Yeah. Alright, who shall it be? What shall it be? Let's find out. It's the final ugly. Let me conjure. Let me conjure. I'm conjuring. Yeah. Plunger style eye socket. All right. Let's see his little body. Right. That should do it. I'm sure there's nothing concerning happening here at all. Was he born like it? Maybe it's Maybelline. Yes, visit my Ko-fi page for this if you want it. If you do, I love you, and also you're strange. Nothing concerning here. No, not even remotely. Truly. This is his natural form, of course. Alright, Kench. Alright, Kench. Name this whatever this is. Candy with an I. Ah. Anyway. Well done, well done. Duplicate. Make small. Look at all these ugly little guys. One big, family. Wouldn't say happy. Alright, because I don't know their life. Alright, y'all. Here we go. Let's scoot Jeff over a little bit. Make room for Candy with an I. I assume that you say the whole thing every time. But maybe that's just me. Alright, look at that. That's a litany of gentlemen. But Alright. So Candy with an I. So now I'm gonna get. Now there are 10 in total. That is correct. Baloney Bucky. Alright, so I am going to transfer them all into a larger document right now. Let's do I'm gonna take all of yours that you have commissioned so far. And I'm gonna put them all into. Ooh, oh shit! You're gonna make them into kaiju. Oh boy, I do not envy the town slash city that is going to be confronted with this opposition. If you're cool with me, oh yeah, absolutely. I was hoping that you'd do something with them when you mentioned the possibility. Mo and Daniel, got some good ones. Mr. T, that's him. All right. So we're just gathering little guys at this point. Paste. I'm gonna need a bigger dock, I think. I'll just expand as necessary. So you can have them all in one spot, and I'm gonna send you a version with and without the label. Well, first of all, hold on a second. Let me get Candy with an I situated real quick. You, ma'am. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Mr. T just sitting there all by his lonesome. Well, I guess you're gonna have to tune into my Saturday stream to see what havoc. Ooh. Hell yeah. I wish you streamed on Twitch so I could accost you with all of my emotes. But I understand. Probably better to just do the YouTube. Although I guess they did make it a lot easier to stream concurrently on both at the same time. So, food for thought. I'm really excited. Thank you, man. It's been fun. Aw, I forgot about this guy. What's his name again? Jorts McGee, of course. He can't even wear the jorts he's named for. Truly, a semi-charmed life. Baby. I just want something else to get me through this semi-charm kind of life, baby, baby. Yo. Oh. It was easier on YouTube when I started. Yeah, no, that makes total sense. Let me expand this a little bit. Crop and resize. Boop. Yeah. 39 something for 4K. I don't remember. Done. What is it in fact? 3840 2160. Wait. 3840 2160. Hey. 3840. There it is. Boom. That might be enough to contain all of these little guys. Yeah, if there is capacity to I don't know how to do it. I've thought about doing it, but I'm just like, I like Twitch for all intents and purposes. Like I enjoy it. The goal that I'm aiming for a little bit more on Twitch than necessarily on YouTube. But if you already have a YouTube channel, it's like a no-brainer to use it, right? Like it's a good call. Um, fucking Mr. T. I got to do these a little faster. I'm getting a little bit too indulgent because like they need to be ugly. They need to be quick and nasty. This dude's my favorite because you can just put him anywhere. There's a way to stream both at once, but it's kind of complicated. Yeah, it's been one of those things where it's like if I had a YouTube channel that was like jumping, which hopefully it will be eventually once I'm actually like releasing shit at all, other than my VODs, which are basically just like honestly they're mainly for posterity anyway. You know what I mean? Just a little history, right? Where I'm looking back like, wow, I streamed all these things, right? It's like an investment, I guess, where it's like I'm not planning on anything taking off until another thing takes off, if that makes sense. There you go, buddy. Yeah, right. I'm okay with OBS, but I don't think I can get more complicated than that. Yeah, that's all I'm using. It's like I'm okay with OBS. Similarly, it's just like you know I can troubleshoot through most shit when it arises, but obviously, from the fact that you're not hearing any tunes right now, I have my limits. He can just fly. He can fly. I'm actually gonna flip him around. There he is. I'm actually gonna flip this dude as well. Looks really weird flipped. But I guess it looked really weird not flipped, so that's fine. Assemble Jeff. Go, Jeff. Jeff. Boy, howdy, that's a lot of little guys. Look at them all. It's not a party without baloney Bucky. That's what I always say. He's so small. He's gonna be blurry, but I don't really care if you don't. I think the rotation would be actually what did it more than anything. There he is. Okay. And last but not least, Candy with an eye. Nothing disturbing happening at all, certainly. We'll figure out a position for these guys. Who can reasonably be floating? I kind of wanted them all standing next to each other, but let me see real quick. Quintworth, can you scoot over a little bit? Make room. Thank you. Mr. T and I don't remember the name of this muffin. If I'm being honest, I'm sorry. Hold on a second. What's her name? Bakewad. That's right. Of course. Of course. And I'm sure it sounds like this. Yeah. Alright, Mr. T and Bakewad are inseparable. They go wherever they go together. That's my lore that I am superimposing on them right now for the rest of time. This is not how big you were initially, was it, miss? Maybe it was. I guess it was. We'll get in there, Candy. Now Candy's staring accusatorily at Jorts McGee. What have you done, Jorts? There we go. Let's flip you back the appropriate direction. Flip. I love Kerf. Kerf is a friend. There you go, Kench. Look at all these friends that you made. I'm putting Kerf on top. This dude marches to the beat of his own drum, so he's going up there. You see, Jeff is reacting to Kerf's understated confidence because it's something that he himself lacks. Jeff knows that he could never be as comfortable with himself as Kerf is. Look at him. He just exudes status, but without, really laying it on thick. He's just there, man. He's ready. They're all ready. For what? I don't know. I guess we're gonna find out. If you tune in to Kent, see, if you were on Twitch, I could give you a shout out, but you're not, so I can't. Post your YouTube link, your YouTube channel link. When this ends up as a VOD, maybe I'll put the link in the description to Kenjamin Arts channel. Oh, yeah. Look at all them ugly little guys. Now he's too far away. I'm looking at it. He's too far away. Hold on a second. Get over here, man. There they are. Dude, thank you so much, Ken. Look at them all. Alright. I'm gonna do a version with all their names and shit. And that'll be the last 4 minutes of the stream. That's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Alright, so we got... Do like a poke rap. Quintworth Bakewad. Mr. T and Candy with an I. Yeah, click on that shit. Click on that shit and follow my boy. Him and Steph. Always making me chuckle and chortle. Quintworth Bakewad. This is an armada, dude. Mr. T. Whoop. Candy with an, hold on a second, an I. Jorts, whoop, McGee. Is it with an H? Oh man, I mean, so I had all of my weird, stupid bits that don't fit anywhere else. I have in like theoretical Chompy and Charlie episodes in my head. And one of the ones that I had in mind was Snatchel Pets, which is obviously a Pokemon parody, where you throw a fucking like a Snatchel, which is just a literal briefcase at like wild animals and absorb them into it. And everybody like is dressed like lawyers or etc. Anyway, it was a very like nebulous idea that was really silly. But I mean, I'm always down. See, here's my thing, right? I love Pokemon. Obviously, we've talked about it before. But it's really a Pokemon like is really hard sell for me personally to buy because it's like, yeah, this is good, but it doesn't have my guys. You know what I mean? Like it's difficult to compare when you already have that as such like an established expectation and you know, I'm so fond of my guys. What's his fucking name? Yorgfree, that's right. Good old Yorgfree. But yeah, I've loved designing characters and creatures and Fakemon and shit. So like, if you wanna make one, I'm super down to add throw my hat into the ring. It'd be fun to do like a collaborative thing with other character designers that I know to just like put it together. It'd be really enjoyable. So I'm not opposed to the idea. Um, I just usually like I don't know. You know what I mean? Pokemon are friend shaped for a reason. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly. Balogny. Whoop. Bucky. Buckay. Baloney Buckay. What is your name? What's your name? I know you're Jeff. Jeff Yoff. Kerf. My man. And you are Grubbis. That's right. Grubbis. When you stare into the Grubbis, Grubbis stares back. That's probably true. All right, look at them all. Damn. Amazing. Kenjamin, thank you so much. And anyone watching the stream, lurking, VOD watchers, etc., want to participate in Doodle Roulette, you can do this at any time during an art stream. You can just commission me, let me know. I'll have my Ko-fi page open during other art streams. This has just been kind of a struggle bus all day, so I just didn't. But you can just hassle me with these. You can interrupt what I'm doing, and I'll stop, and I'll make you an ugly little guy, and then we're all gonna be our lives quality will be improved drastically. So many friends. But yeah, do it. It's great. I'm gonna move this canvas down a little bit. Hold on a second. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Better. Dead center. Look at them all. Holy shit. Absolutely. Thank you, man. It's been a blast. What a great way to spend the stream. Um, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you do with them, man. I'm looking forward to it. Absolutely. 100% Bakewad. And Mr. T. Break it up a little bit. All right. Get a room. Anyway. All right. So, thank you so much for hanging out with me, enjoying my very low-key stream. Hopefully I can get the music working before next art stream, but if not, I didn't mind this too much, and it seems like y'all kind of enjoyed it as well, so maybe you could put your own music on. I don't know. VOD Watcher experience. Anyway, I love y'all. I appreciate your attendance and enjoyment. And if you want to, my name is Nathan Blackwood, aka Black Voot, musician, animator, gamer, all that shit. Follow me here. Links. Well, fuck. Links. Follow me here. I can't type. Links. Follow me there. Support me here. If and you want to. Don't forget to follow if you aren't already, all that nonsense. And if you want to join the Blacking crew, it's the place to be, yeah. It's a good spot, man. Be there or be square. And if you're there and you're square anyway, I'll love you for it. Quadrilaterals are people too. Anyway, see you later. Bye.